actually the last one.
Yes.
You know, even in those days when one was reasonably young.
Yes, that's right.
If you hadn't got a job lined up, you thought, well, that's probably it.
The very strange thing that when you were working, you couldn't imagine ever being out of work. When you weren't working, you couldn't imagine ever working.
I know we've spoken many times about your concern about it becoming the Ellie show featuring Jago and Lightfoot.
Well, it has been the growth of an amazing ambition. We started off as a sort of four-Latin Barney, and it's grown to a role of the dimensions of Cleopatra. It's now become the great rose actresses aspire to. They aspire to be Ellie.
She's also a wonderful singer, you know.
Well, we think we're invited to all sorts of things, we never get them. Oh no, they're far too old to come to that. I will do it. We know about the convention in Chicago, which we never get to. Oh no, they can't do the travel. It's all about Eve. It's the long version of all about Eve.
We recorded something very special recently, which is, I guess, your audio memoirs.
Yes.
You said that very severely.
I can't remember what I said. Christopher Can is very worried.
Well, I can't hear anything, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Our memoirs, our own personal statements on the scene.
Oh, yes. Yes, I think I've destroyed my career. I just dread to think of what I've said. But, well, it was a bit like therapy, wasn't it? I see Nick and I say, there's my therapist.
I don't remember my therapist being allowed to say a word, actually. Once he got me going, I think they really had to turn on the fire hoses to shut me up. It was intriguing, very intriguing to be able to talk as oneself.
Yeah. I mean, was that quite, I don't know, quite nerve-wracking going in and just being yourself as opposed to...
Oh, no. That wasn't the problem, no. No, I didn't mind that at all. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't remember a word of what I said. But, you know, there's such a thing as editing, isn't there?
I'm going to move over to Andy, because I guess you started this all off with the Mahogany Murderers, didn't you?
I did, and as I recall, I mean, you might want to correct me, you didn't say that it was the pilot for a new series. I suspect
you knew it was a pilot.
I think it might have been in your mind at the time.
It's actually Jason P-Gellery's idea originally to do Jago and Lightfoot, and I remember saying actually, I didn't know whether we should put the Doctor in it, and Jason went, oh no, they're such strong characters, just leave it as Jago and Lightfoot, and it was just...
No, I had no idea it was going to go on from there. I thought that was simply
I think actually even on the day, you know, we thought it was just a straight companion chronicle. I remember your face, and you were like, penny dropped.
Well, I deliberately left the ending of the Mahogany Murderers so that there was a loose end, that the guy in the villain responsible.
We noticed that.
Yes. Well, the hope was that I would be hired back to do a second.
I'd like to say thank you very much, Andy, because you started all this off, you know, and brilliantly. I mean, when we came to that script, it was as though it was written by Robert Holmes.
Yes.
That is incredibly special, thank you. But it was Rob Holmes that set up the relationship and the dialogue and the way that you two worked together.
We came in and David said to us both, do you want to watch the original? When do I giant before you start?
I was going to ask that question. I was going to ask, did you have to go back and remind yourself?
I think I looked at it before I came. I think I was sent a copy. And I did screen it.
I tell you what we didn't watch. We watched the extras at the end when you were getting everything wrong.
What's that?
There's the outtake when you're getting in the dumb waiter.
Well, the two of us in this tiny space, and we got the most dreadful giggles, and we knew that when that hatch went up when we arrived, we could have serious faces because that camera would be there with the red light on, and we managed it, but only just.
I think we were pretty close to being sacked. If we hadn't been practically in the last episode, we would have been. It was far too late to change us by then.
Yes.
There was the odd rumour going around at the time that there might be a Jago and Lightfoot TV spin-off. Were you ever aware of that?
No.
Oh. I heard it said.
Not during the time of doing it. No, did you wasn't aware of
And then Robert Holmes died, so it was...
And Johnny, you've been writing for the series since Series 1. How would you say it's developed as we've been going?
I think it's a very experimental series, which is one of the lovely things about it. That it doesn't remain in being sort of Victorian ghost story steampunk pastiche. It actually develops. So the Theatre of Dreams, the second one, was much more psychological and internal into inside the mind than inside your own dreams. And then it develops. Listening to series 3 and 4, I was quite shocked about how much time travel there was. And I was wanting to do that, now I do that. And then of course they go off to Venus and the New World, and in the 1960s. So it keeps on doing things that it never did before, which is great fun.